safety is something that concerns a lot of parents, Nilufer. No seatbelts, you know, young children, trains and buses, moving vehicles. You don't want them coming to harm.
No. Well, my issue is not that children shouldn't stand, but it depends on the age. I would generally say, you know, if somebody's 12 to 13 years of age and able-bodied, they're more than capable of standing. So it's just manners to offer the seat to someone else, maybe someone less able to stand, but not somebody who's 20 years of age. However, in the case of toddlers, I have a toddler myself, it's just not safe for them to stand.
But could you not put them on your lap then and leave
Not
seats?
always. It's not always practical. For example, a mother might have...
They're a bit big.
Well, exactly. But even a 2-year-old, the mother might have lots of shopping bags. It might not be OK for her to sit with the child on her lap. She might have an illness or she might be in pain for some reason.
She might be pregnant.
Exactly.
Love the child.
You can't know. And also, if you think of a 2-year-old, they like to run up and down trains. They don't like to stay still. One, it's good social etiquette to teach them to sit sensibly and behave on a train. And two, it just isn't safe.
Yeah.
Children can fall over easily.
Do you have an arbitrary age
I
limit?
would say 5.
5.
But especially, say, 2-year-old, my son Milo, he's capable of walking and, you know, staying upright, but they fall over a lot. They lose their balance.
No, I agree with you. I like the idea that 5 and under seats for them. I think that's reasonable, Dawn.
It is.
What do you think, Dawn? Have you ever got onto a train and a child's got a seat and you're thinking, get up?
I have indeed. It only happened to me the other week. And I agree with you, Eamonn. I do think that I was brought up to respect my elders. And obviously not if there was a teenager standing in front of me, I wouldn't offer them a seat. But my parents and my grandparents always encouraged me to offer my seat to an adult if there was one standing there. And going back to the toddler, I just think if you've got a toddler, obviously I wouldn't expect them to stand up, but they can sit on your lap. They really can. There is no excuse. I mean, put your bags on the floor, put the child on your lap. I just think toddlers can sit on laps.
Have you ever been on public transport and asked somebody, do you mind putting your child on your lap so
Funny
I can
enough,
sit
Ruth,
down?
this was on the tube. I mean, tube and trains, we're talking about sort of like mixed things here, because a tube journey is a short journey, but obviously if you're travelling from London to Manchester on a train for 3 hours, that's a different issue. But I was on the tube last week and there was an older woman than me standing next to me, and there was 2 little kids and their parents, and they were sitting on 4 seats on the tube. The kids must have been, I would say, about 6 and 4, possibly. And the parents were sitting there, completely ignoring the kids. The kids were behaving appalling. They had feet on the seats. One of them was eating really sticky sweets. I wouldn't have wanted to sit on that seat, in any case, after them. But the lady standing next to me, she was elderly. She must have been, I would say, in her probably mid-60s. And I was on the verge of saying, look, excuse me, do you mind if she sits down? She looks less capable of standing than you. But I didn't, and I really regret not doing it.
Were you nervous to say in case of the reaction?
I was nervous of upsetting the lady standing next to me more than anything. She might have been one of those feisty pensioners who thought, no, I don't need a seat, I'm going to stand here and it's fine.
So just to be clear here, we're not talking about adults, we're not talking about children giving up their seats for adults. We're talking here about adults giving up their seats for children. So it would take a lot for you to do that, would it?
No, obviously, if you were standing in front of me, holding your child, and you needed to sit down, I would offer my seat to you, of course I would. Because that is just, it's the need of the people around you to sit down. And if there was somebody struggling with a small baby and a child, then I would, of course, offer them my seat. But then I was brought up, like you, Eamonn and Ruth, to offer my seat to people that needed it.
But I think we were definitely brought up to offer it to an elder... Well, we would have considered an elderly person.
No, but also pregnant people or sick people or somebody with a broken leg.
We're just saying adults generally. So we're saying if you get on a train and you're 25, right, you're an adult, you've got your train ticket, and there's a 5-year-old child who's also got a train ticket that the parent has had to pay for and is in the seat, who should have that seat? I'm not talking about an elderly person or somebody, a pregnant person. I'm talking about just an adult versus a child. That's the question.
OK, we have...
Should that child be allowed to stay in their seat? They've paid for the ticket. Or should they be made to sit on the parent's lap or stand while an adult sits down?
Well, we have to look at why we say elderly people, people with disabilities and women who are pregnant have priority seating. It's for safety and it's because they're more vulnerable. It's the same with under 5s. It's for safety. They're in the same category in my eyes.
What if they were 7?
Well, 7, it depends. It depends on the child. It really does. But I would still offer my seat to a 7-year-old, not to a 10-year-old. But, you know, we're talking about elderly people. We're not saying that children should be expected to sit before elderly people. We're saying fit, healthy adults.
Yeah.
Why does a 20-year-old have more priority to sit down over a 6-year-old? They don't. They're both both have equal rights.
Okay, let's just hear what you at home are saying about all of this. This is coming in social media with us today on Twitter. Paul says, I'd give my seat up for anyone who looks like they need it more than me. Fair point. It's amazing how many people think that first come, first served is the attitude.
Yeah, Yvonne says every paying passenger has a right to sit down.
But interestingly, you don't pay for under 5-year-olds. Under 5-year-olds travel free. So you don't pay for them.
You don't pay for them,
And
okay.
also in the rules, it does say that if you are with an under 5-year-old child and there is a fee-paying passenger, the child is not entitled to a seat.
Well, elderly people get free travel. Why are we discriminating against children? Why do elderly people get free... Well, why do they get free travel? It's because they don't earn as much. They might be living off a pension. It's the same with mothers on maternity leave. They don't earn as much.
Yeah.
They're finding it hard
But elderly
financially.
people, I suppose, they've worked, excuse me, where they've worked
Well, the
their
mothers
lives.
worked. I
They're probably
worked.
frailer.
When I was on maternity leave, that was the only time I haven't paid taxes. As far as I'm concerned, I can't earn as much as normal. So I think it's fair enough that my child travels for free.
OK, well, could I just say, could you two get out of your seats because we need them for 2 more guests?
As long as they're not children.
Are they under 5?
No disrespect to you.